So where are all the Prestige 4 rank 25 players at? Seeing as how hard Siege is literally nothing but low-level players, what are all my max rank brothers actually doing? Well, okay, so let me kind of walk through my experience with queuing into hard Siege mode today. So I wanted to play hard Siege mode with the Assault class because I had a pretty good build for it. I think I actually can survive up to wave 15 pretty easily. I mean, I have iframes on, obviously charging up the ground slam, and then I'm also going to be able to spam a lot of gun strikes. So I have a good feeling that I'd be able to survive at least to wave 15 with the Assault class. The first hard mode team that I queued into, a player left because they said GG Assault player, and they left. They literally left. They were a Prestige 4 level 25 Bulwark who left the game, and then the host was a level 23 Prestige 0 Heavy. Honestly, I think the Heavy should be fine enough for hard Siege mode, at least to wave 15 without any Prestige perks. Well, ammo would probably be a struggle. But yeah, okay. So that was a chalk up, right? Obviously, we're not pushing in that team, considering we just lost a fully ranked player. And yeah, so on to the next game, right? Well, next game. I queue into a team at the Battle Barge. One level 12 Prestige 2 Tactical doesn't have a team perk, and they're queued up for hard Siege mode. The other teammate is I think a fully leveled Vanguard with unmatched zeal. I point out in the chat, hey, this guy doesn't have a team perk. This is not a good idea. The Vanguard agrees with me, obviously. And what ends up happening is me and the Vanguard end up leaving because the Tactical is there on the rectangle to queue up for the match, not thinking at all about what they are doing. I assume some of these players are new, but that was a Prestige 2 Tactical without a team perk that practically stopped us from pushing hard Siege mode, even into wave 1. Ultimately, yes, you can probably play with these players, but when it comes to hard Siege mode, I am definitely looking for a good team. There's just not nearly enough players in hard Siege mode who know what they're doing at the moment. And at the moment, I also think that there is a fair amount of new players who don't understand a thing about this game jumping into Siege mode. And I think that is basically the culprit, because on the third queue up for hard Siege mode, I ran into a perfect level 1, no team perk added. I forgot what class they were playing, to be completely honest. They were playing either Vanguard or a Sniper or something, but they were still level 1. And then I politely say in the chat, you are not high enough level for hard Siege mode. You are level 1. You don't have a team perk. You are super new. Super new. So here's the thing. I think what I'm looking at right now is the menu for hard Siege mode. It says possible rewards, 25,000 experience. I think people are getting hardcore baited into that. It's just not. To get 25,000 experience from hard Siege mode, don't you need to be at least at wave 25, wave 20 or something like that? I believe wave 15 for hard Siege mode is like half of that. But yeah, the reason why you're not seeing a lot of Prestige 4 rank 25 players is because we're just not interested in carrying new players who don't really know what they're doing. That's not super fun. Like, what I want to see is playing with other veteran players in hard Siege mode and seeing what we can pull off with, obviously the builds that we have. It's not even the meta part doesn't even bother me too much, to the point where I'd leave a game. Like, seriously, the guy literally auto left when I joined as the Assault class. I could even put this screenshot somewhere, but I'd rather not. It's because he ends up dropping a slur, which is crazy. So that was probably a toxic moment there. I don't really care about it, though, to be honest. At least I didn't waste any time, right? Now, here's the thing. When it comes to where all the Prestige 4 rank 25 players at, this isn't the only post that's been asking this question. And it's definitely starting to lead me to believe that there's either way too many new players jumping into this game, and yes, obviously the devs should have level locked hard Siege mode 100%. But yeah, there's way too many low levels jumping into hard Siege mode, either expecting a carry or not knowing what they're doing. So I think a fair amount of new players kind of kicked all the veterans out of hard Siege mode. So it seems normal mode on Siege is becoming veteran retirement community. I swear I haven't seen this many level 20 plus players, including fully prestiged, since, I don't know, pre-prestige days. Almost every time I go for normal on Siege, it's veterans, and I'm here for it, to be honest. Wonder if this will change with patch 10, considering those that already done everything will prestige Tech Marine in a week. Okay. Dude, yeah, when Tech Marine releases, that's going to be very interesting. But see, yeah, we had a max rank player asking, where are all the veterans for hard mode? Like, where are all the veterans for hard siege mode? I'm only getting low levels. And then we have a player right here who's a low level jumping into normal, and well, I will assume they're not max level, because they're definitely pretty happy about the fact that they are able to queue in with veterans in normal siege mode. They just said it right here. I'm all for it. So this definitely puts us in a pretty interesting situation. I even noticed, like, when it comes to hard siege mode, you might just be better off just jumping in with bots, man. I know any other player is probably better than a bot, but now consider, can one of those level 1s actually survive long enough to get you to pick you up if you needed help? You know what I mean? If you needed to get resurrected, a bot is probably going to be a lot better at that. So I don't really have any trust with the hard mode matchmaking right now. I mean, I can try it right now. I literally have my laptop open to the left here, and I just keep jumping in and jumping out of hard siege modes based on what type of, teammates I get. And what time is it? It's I'm like about 30 to 20 minutes down on this, but again, I am also recording this video, so it's not like, I would say about like 15 to 20 minutes probably so far in trying to find a team that is capable. And keep in mind, since I'm playing Assault, I did find a team that was capable, but the guy left. The guy literally left as soon as I joined, and said the reason was because I was playing Assault, which is upsetting. But okay, I just queued into this one, and we have a level 1 with no team perk. We have a level 20. We have a level 25 here, but we have a level 1 prestige 1 with no team perk. This is 3 games in a row where I found somebody without a team perk. Not even level 1. This is 3 games in a row where I found somebody without a team perk. That is insane, dude. Yeah. There's perhaps going to be a shift on how people like queue up for this game when you can't even find players who are capable of playing. Well, I won't say capable, who are prepared. It's not even, the capable part isn't even hitting, it's not even relevant because we're not even getting to that point. We can't even get players who are prepared for hard siege mode, man. This is why normal mode is becoming such a, appealing mode for veteran players. Is because also, not to mention, I can just jump in there with whatever I want. Essentially, I can jump in there and, do a chainsword only tactical build if I wanted to, and at least push to wave 15. But yeah, at the moment, yeah, dude, yep, the other level 25 player just left the hard siege mode. Now I am here with a level 1 without any team perks. Dude, yeah, something needs to be changed with hard siege mode, 100%. Load up hard siege mode, see a level 6 assault and a level 10 vanguard, give it a go, because why not? End up soloing most of it and carrying them while buying them stims and relics to keep them alive. See, okay, now, this is like a more power to you moment for sure, but like, for me personally, I just don't find that to be very satisfying, because I'd rather not make decisions, especially in hard siege mode, to the benefit of someone else and not to the benefit of myself, in the sense that it feels like it feels like you're playing the game for them. It's not even so much of carrying them. It's more to the fact where it's like, if you're buying stims and relics for them, you're I'm not gonna say you're like kind of hampering the way they learn the game, but like, how are they even going to understand how to protect themselves if they aren't, getting punished for it, essentially? I'm sure they're going down and, taking damage and all of that, but still, they need to learn how to protect themselves. They can't just, like, rely on somebody to give them stims and relics all game. That's crazy, by the way. Yeah, see, I don't like that. I don't like making decisions based on the fact, oh, man, this one player on my team on hard siege mode can't protect themselves, so I should buy stims for them. It's very distracting. I'd rather just focus on performing well, rather than focus on, hey, man, this level 6, this level 10, they might need some stims. Now, again, it's more power to you. The fact that you can do that is great. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't do that. It tilts me. It essentially tilts me because as soon as I get hit by something that maybe I needed a stim for or a relic and I've already given it away, that's when I start to get tilted because I think to myself, well, you know what? I wouldn't even have been in this situation if I actually had some veteran teammates. But yeah, no. Okay, by the way, I am, was it 708? It's been 4 games in a row where I've seen somebody with a level 1 no team perk player on hard siege mode. And each time, the player who has the team perk leaves. So, yeah, something needs to be done. Something needs to be changed 100%. By the way, that's 5, overall, that's 5 failed queues. I guess that first queue where the Bulwark left, I probably could have waited around and maybe we could have gotten another veteran. So I kind of don't want to count that because overall we actually had level 20 players with team perks, which is great. I think that's more so about a stigma with the assault class. I did have somebody directly leave a game because of my class. That was the first time that was ever happened. It's crazy. But yeah, I 4 consecutive times level 1s or level 12s without team perks in hard siege mode. Crazy. Like you have to, there has to be a moment where they learn how to play the game, and I just think sometimes doing it for them is just going to avoid letting them learn how to play the game. But yeah, if you're in hard siege mode and if you're good enough to give them stims and relics, more power to you. Okay, find something better to do with my time. Wait, what? Load up hard siege mode, see a level. Oh, okay, I'm seeing. He's saying that even after helping them with the stims and relics, it didn't matter. Honestly, I'd be totally happy with carrying any class for a bit, but it's not going to work without some key team perks in play. If they're not at least rolling something decent, I'm off to do something else. Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. Yeah, as I'm going to, obviously read more comments, I am literally queuing into hard siege mode in the background. And yeah, let's do one more and let's see how that turns out. Once you got the studded helmet, there's no need to suffer hard mode anymore, except you just want the challenge. It's harder to find adequately leveled, equipped players in hard mode than on normal. It's actually comical. Once hard is level locked or people are tired of trying to get carried in hard mode, I think things will even out. I agree. Well, with things evening out. I don't agree that the only thing that hard mode has to offer is the helmet. I mean, I guess from a reward standpoint, maybe. You still get good experience and good points, good data, everything that you need in the game. You can still get a lot of it in hard siege mode. But here's the thing about hard siege mode. I like jumping into hard siege mode with a build that I want to see if it's good, basically. But not off meta, like, oh, geez, this build is definitely not going to be the best. But like, I have something that I think will be good, and I want to try it out in the hardest scenarios. But yeah, ultimately, when it comes to even testing out how strong a build can be in hard siege mode, what ends up happening is you can't really gauge how strong it is because you're also with players who aren't really carrying themselves properly. However, I will admit, I just jumped into a hard siege mode game. I found a level like 18, a level 19 Vanguard Bulwark. One had Focus Restoration, the other had Unmatched Zeal. That was pretty good. We beat Wave 5. However, that's pretty much the best I think that was going to get at, because what ended up happening within those first 5 waves was we spent a lot of points. And again, I am trying to figure out how, well, actually, I do have a good build for hard siege mode with the assault class, but guess what the only issue is with the class, or the build I have? The only issue I have is when I run out of ammo and I can't refill my health because I have no ammo. When the assault has no ammo, and you have contested health, going for a melee is very risky because obviously you don't have armor. But Focus Restoration was actually helping out quite a bit with that, which is nice. So yeah, I mean, waves 1 through 5 probably isn't that big of a deal for players who aren't fully leveled. But yeah, for the majority of players, waves 1 through 5 with no team perk, level 1, level 10, that's probably not going to work. And we went down a fair amount of times, but nobody like went down permanently. So I think we probably could have pushed to wave 10, maybe. But I really want to find a hard siege run with some level 25s, prestige 4s, something like that, or at least one other Prestige 4 player, maybe one other level 25. But yeah, regardless, I think when it comes to, you know, veterans jumping into hard siege mode, we just really need to find something that we want to try out, or, you know, obviously we want to make a good push, but either of those situations kind of get hampered by the fact that we can just queue into somebody who's not ready for that. So yeah, it's either you're joining into hard siege mode with ultra meta builds trying to carry players, or you're jumping into hard siege mode looking to get carried. There's no like middle ground here. However, I did find some middle ground, but it just wasn't what I was looking for when it comes to trying to go into wave 15 with hard siege mode. I just think when it comes to wave 15, you definitely need to be, maybe as close to level 25 as possible. A few prestige points, something like that. But yeah, that said, there are good players who are underleveled in hard siege mode. 100%. I just found a couple. But yeah, when it comes to hard siege mode specifically, and especially those waves 11 through 15, the game does not hold back at all. So I need to find some players who also aren't in a position to be underleveled, underpowered in a situation where the game's not holding back at all. You know what I mean? And then not to mention waves 1 through 5, if you're spending too many points in hard siege mode, you're not going to get Dreadnought, which is kind of a deal breaker for most teams. Or you're not going to be able to get enough resources like Heavy Bot, Guardian Relic. It all really depends on who you're playing with, and if the gamers you're with are comfortable with either carrying players or punching up a little bit. But yeah, ultimately, it did take me about 30 minutes to find a team that was able to push through waves 5, which is nice. We probably could have beat wave 10, definitely dying on wave 15, something like that, right? And then, obviously, I hit into one teammate who was not trying to play with an assault class, insulted me, and then left, which is great. I really don't care. But yeah, honestly, it's the one stereotype for the assault class I never thought I'd run into, and I actually ran into it. So it is what it is on that one. And then yeah, so just to put this all in perspective, out of the 6 queues I've had with hard siege mode, one of them had a teammate who was level 25, Prestige 4, who left because I was playing Assault, and then every other queue, every other team I went into, nobody was level 25. And then 4 of those queues had a level 1 or a level 12 without a team perk. That's insane. So if you're really asking yourselves why there aren't a lot of veterans in hard siege mode, is because a bulk of the player base, either they are new players or players who just aren't educated on the matter. There's way too many of them jumping into hard siege mode, looking to get carried. Now here's the thing, waves 1 through 5 in hard siege mode gives you around 4,000 experience, which isn't too bad. So at the very least, the players I just joined, who were level like 18, level 19, with some pretty good team perks, and we got through waves 1 through 5 in hard siege mode. They just got some levels. I helped them level up a little bit, which is nice. But yeah, I'm going to actually sit here and try to commit to a hard siege mode run with the assault class. Hopefully that goes well. But yeah, I've already wasted 30 minutes trying to queue in. But good thing the queue stats actually seem to help out this video a little bit, because now we understand why. Well, now we have a pretty good idea of how long it'll take to find a team in hard siege mode. And yeah, maybe some veterans are abandoning hard siege mode. I did find one veteran who just didn't want to play with the assault class, which is unfortunate. Maybe we could have had a good push there, but I'm not really concerned with pushing to wave 15 with a tactical or a sniper or a heavy, or classes that I've done it with already. I definitely want to try it with the assault class specifically. So we will see how this goes. But yeah, overall, there are definitely some improvements when it comes to hard siege mode. Normal siege mode, a lot of people have been saying they've enjoyed it a lot, so maybe just normal siege mode is just hitting the right way. But yeah, hard siege mode, you can still get some pretty good breakpoints in it, as long as you have a really good build though, or a build that is strong enough for it. But maybe you gotta work out some things with hard siege mode. I don't know. Overall, with the assault, I was spamming a lot of gun strikes. It was working out pretty well. I was getting some slams. And yeah, I think the assault when it comes to wave 15 is fine. I think those, a meta, very, as close to meta as you can get with the assault class, I think is fine for wave 15. But like those extra waves, losing out on ammo, got me killed once, and that's the only time I died. So yeah, that's That's not great. That is not great. This is the only class I run out of ammo with. I don't know, guys. It should have been fixed by now. Maybe we should have complained about the assault class some more. Maybe. But we all know that gets pretty tiring, to be completely honest. But yeah, overall, that is pretty much how I feel about hard mode and veterans playing with it. And yeah, this has to be the last time I talk about it, because I can keep ranting about this all the time. But yeah, for now, it's pretty difficult to find veterans in hard siege mode. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you guys feel about that, and thanks for watching.